Thank you, Kentucky. It's gonna be a big, big night for conservatives in Kentucky. I want to thank each of you for giving me the privilege of defending the Constitution for 6 more years. I take that privilege seriously and will honor my oath to defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. This national election has been long, loud, and divisive. While there is much that divides us, there is also a uniquely American hope for the future that unites us. My hope is that we will find common ground. My hope is that we will rediscover that our prosperity is truly bound to our liberty. We do, however, face a question that is bigger than this election and must be heard. Can liberty survive in a democracy unrestrained by the Constitution? I don't think so. Will a people continue to choose liberty if they have given up on the American dream? I don't think so. The American experiment with liberty is not totally won. Today, tomorrow, and the day after, we must fight to restrain Big Brother at every turn. We must stand together against the rising tide of government excess that threatens to trap us, to hold us captive. To defend liberty, we absolutely must defend the entire Bill of Rights. Justice Brandeis said that the right most cherished among civilized men and women is the right to be left alone. I couldn't agree more. Privacy is not only essential to freedom, it's essential to creativity. Pink Floyd understood this. Pink Floyd understood that genius needs to be left the hell alone. Whether your ideas are politically correct or not, whether you're a painter or a self-proclaimed prophet, the exhortation is to shine, to not let your conformity dim that light. To shine, shine on, you crazy diamond. For the crazy diamonds to shine, government must get the heck out of the way. The leave me alone generation is a generation that believes they can conquer the world, solve any problem, if left free to follow their dreams. It isn't about how government will lead us to prosperity. The debate is about getting government out of the way of human ingenuity. I am proud to have been supported by thousands of veterans across Kentucky. They are patriots, all of them, but they ask only that we go to war as a last resort, and only after serious public debate, and only after constitutional authorization by Congress. We need a reasonable, realist foreign policy where we stand strong enough to deter any attack, but not eager to start World War III. When we must fight, it should be to defend America, not for regime change and not for nation building. Our founding fathers understood that power was a corrupting force. The founders therefore gave the power to declare war to Congress, not the president. Their goal was to divide power among co-equal branches of government and to reserve all unenumerated powers to the states and the people respectively. Our founding fathers feared centralization of power. As Madison wrote, where an excess of power prevails, no man is safe in his possessions, his person, or his opinions. Our founders wrote that the Constitution was to restrain the accumulation of power by the government. Elections should be about protecting you from an overbearing government, not about which candidate will grab the ring of power. The goal should be to set you free, to leave you alone, to have a government so small you can barely see it. While the presidential victor is not yet known, I continue to believe that to win nationally, the GOP will need to become a bigger, better, bolder party. We need to welcome people of all walks of life, black, white, brown, with tattoos and without tattoos. With earrings, without, in overalls, in suits. After all, big government tramples on people from all walks of life. Regardless of who wins the presidency, I will not be a rubber stamp for a liberal Supreme Court nominee. I will only support a new Supreme Court justice who understands and believes in the Constitution's separation of powers. So often people look to politicians and say, "What are you going to do?" But really, we should all simply look in the mirror for solutions. Families, mothers, fathers, churches need to be part of the answer. Liberals will never understand this simple fact, just as they will never understand that charity is about giving your own money, not the taxpayers' money. It is important to remember that government cannot make us a virtuous people. Government can't provide salvation. America is the richest, most humanitarian nation in the history of mankind because we have been largely left free. As we've traveled around Kentucky, Kelley and I have been inspired by everyday American heroes doing great things. We've been inspired by Sergeant J.D. Williams, a true American hero who sacrificed so much in the defense of his country. I've never seen a community pull together to help a hero as when our neighbors and friends came together to build J.D. and his family a house. Likewise, Kelley and I have been inspired by physicians and surgeons across Kentucky who have given their time and resources to restore vision to the blind. Too often in our rush to have the government do everything for everyone, we forget that the medical community volunteers every day to help people in need. At the Refuge for Women, Kelley and I listened to the heartache of tragic lives of human trafficking and exploitation, but also the redeeming stories of Kentuckians pulling together to save the lives and rebuild the spirits of these young women. Across Kentucky, we've seen what it takes for America to thrive again. It will take a community that cherishes and encourages each of us to know that we are our brother's keeper. America's a great country and has much greatness left in her. I think our best days are still ahead. I see an America strong enough to deter foreign aggression, yet wise enough to avoid unnecessary intervention. I see an America where criminal justice is applied equally, where people of color are not unfairly incarcerated. I see an America with a restrained IRS that cannot target and harass American citizens for their political or their religious beliefs. I see a simplified flat tax that unburdens our citizens from the fear and intimidation of the IRS tax code. I see our big cities once again shining and beckoning with creativity and ingenuity, with American companies offering American jobs. With your help, This message will ring from coast to coast, a message of liberty, justice, and personal responsibility. A message that will gain support from across the political spectrum. A message that will unite right and left. The journey to take back America will not be easy, and it will not be without obstacles. But together, we can do what others say is not possible. Stand with me now as together we seek a new vision for America. Thank you, and God bless America.